Hey, welcome to part 23. We're outside the architect, going to make our way back down to Pizza Chef and take an express order for F2, which has a very strict time limit. As long as we go straight to the road and take the road all the way down to F2, we should make our time. So it's not a massive problem, but yes, if you don't have all the roads built or you take a slight detour, it can be quite strict to make that time. It's an express delivery, of course, so you get additional likes if you complete it within time, and it's quite a big order as well. It's going to get us a good amount of likes for F2, probably like 1,000 or two. Yeah, and because I'm driving back down to Pizza Chef, I was going to check this safe house nearby. You might have one, you might not. Remember, these safe houses always, not always, but a lot of the time they have a good amount of materials in them. On this one, for example, had a few thousand metals and ceramics, so it's always a good idea to stop by and just check how much they have. I come across a safe house later in the game in the Snowy Mountains, and it's got like 9,000 metals inside, just in a safe house. Yeah, literally about 9,000 metals. Pretty nuts. You know, when you're running around looking for materials all the time, and then you come across a random safe house some other player put down, and has lots of materials inside. Yeah, so if you do come across any lost cargo, guys, you can drop it off at the Pizza Chef. I mean, mechanic, we're not going to the mechanic anytime soon. Probably not for a good few hours. But yeah, any cargo you can drop off at Pizza Chef if you want, because that's our next stop. Yeah, Pizza Chef, F2, then it's going to be over to Northern Observatory, then back to F2, then over to the Inventor, and the finished video back up F1. So yes, we're still not going to quite get any more story done in this video, but we're going to be at the location where next story mission continues from. So the part after this will be straight back on with the story, pretty much. Yeah, I know it's been quite slow in terms of main story for the last few vids. I know some of you have mentioned that. Probably in tomorrow's video we're going to get back on with the story, probably for like a good few videos, and then it's going to slow down a bit for probably one video, and then get back on the story again. The reason I'm trying to do things as we go along is because when it comes to the end game, you could be waiting around for more orders to come in, you know, because a lot of the orders are kind of time related, or in regards to elimination orders, no one is exactly sure how to trigger every single one yet. I'm not even sure myself. And there's been a lot of players at the end of the game with everything done, and they have not been able to trigger every single elimination order, and they're running around trying to trigger them, spending like literally like 5-10 hours plus trying to get them to trigger. So the problem is, you might have to do specific orders, but then there might be a time limit. You have to wait for the elimination order to come in. That's why I'm trying to do specific orders as you go through the game. I'm not entirely sure of the orders you need, but I'm just trying to do ones which look important, or of course give you a lot of likes, or they're just long hour journey, guys, or like recovery missions as well. There are missions which might want you to go into like an enemy area. They're ones I'm trying to do, because some ones might lead to an elimination order later. Just things like that, guys. But yes, the next few videos after this one should be a bit more story related, hopefully. We're going to go from F1. In tomorrow's video, we're going to go from F1 all the way over to East Fort Knott. I think it is, yeah, all the way over to East Fort Knott. Of course, we do a few things along the way. We're going to build them 2 roads near the animal shelter. I don't think we make it all the way there in one video, unfortunately though. I think we go from F1, I think we get over to Data Scientist, and then I'll call it a day, and then the video after tomorrow's, we go from Data Scientist to East Fort Knott. Then once we get to East Fort Knott, we go over to Chronobiologist, which is another story order. Once we get to Chronobiologist though, we're going to stop and do a few optional things. You know, be a few orders. Bring the Ghost Hunter online, we're going to get an order where you get a trophy from. A pretty cool order where you're on like a racetrack for your bikes. And then once we get to Metabiologist or something, I forget how to pronounce it. We go from there, and then we go to, I think it's F5. Is it F5? But once we get to Adventurer, guys, yeah, once we get to the Adventurer, we get about 3 or 4 orders out of the way, like straight after each other. So yes, things are going a bit slow, but it should pick up a bit of speed as we get into Snowy Mountains. Because the thing in the Snowy Mountains, there's not as many roads and monorails to craft, so we should be onto the story a bit more. But yes, all I'm doing now is I'm checking the shed locker for some lost cargo. Remember, we're going to F2 next. We're going to F2 next, and then it's to Northern Observatory, then to Inventor, and then to F1. Of course, I put all them ceramics and stuff in my DH3. And this is the express order I'm taking, guys. Yes, you need a lot of space. You have to take a truck. Yeah, this express order from Pizza Chef. As you can see, got 4 minutes 30. Yeah, 4 minutes 30. I've dropped everything off in the DH3 I needed to. I've checked the shared lockers for any cargo, you know, for F2. I've dropped off any lost cargo for mechanic, data scientist, pioneer, motherhood. In the Pizza Chef, I've dropped off any cargo in there, yes, that I found on the way. So this camp should have no enemies. They should all be eliminated because we knocked them all out earlier on, if you remember. In the last, was it the last video when we knocked them all out? So yeah, make our way straight along here, straight to the road, guys, and then follow all the way to F2. You're probably going to get there just in time. Unfortunately, we are going to probably get detected by enemies. Yeah, I mean, you can try to go around it, but it's probably going to waste precious seconds, guys, and you need them. So you're going to have to drive straight through and likely get detected. What you could have done is, know when we're at the architect at the start of the video, you could have gone down the hillside, taken out all the enemies, and then done this. Then you would have completed this mission without getting detected. Yeah, the thing with the snowy mountains is when you get there, most of the main orders are quite close together to begin with. So it's not a case of where we're passing loads of preppers along the way and trying to pick up a few orders, you know, as we go past them. Yeah, most of them kind of all together. Of course, running in the snowy mountains is all kind of difficult to get to, but kind of close in terms of a straight line, if you know what I mean. But it takes longer, so of course you have to navigate around the mountains or the rocky terrain, look for a nice slope to get over the mountain and, you know, back on the other side of it. But once you do get through the first part of Snowy Mountains, you have to take an order all the way back, all the way from Hartman, and you have to take it all the way around the mountains, and it's a really long order. This one where we're going to finish up the video, the next main story order, you know, from this point in time, from F1. We have to take that from F1 all the way over to the East Fort Knot. And that is the longest order right now. But yes, this one later on is even longer. Because you have to go all the way around the Snowy Mountains, and the problem then is we don't really have anything. There's a few paths to take. The game does give you a few routes. But when we do come to that, I'm going to try to build a monorail and the roads near East Fort Knot, because we're going to leave them. We're going to build the roads going up to East Fort Knot, but the ones behind it we leave, and probably going to do them when we get to that main order much later in the game. But yeah, look at this time. So I'm almost at 3 minutes, and it looks like it's quite close. I mean, you can see the depot in the distance, but yeah, that's still a good minute or so away. Yeah, when I first took this order on my first account, where I always begin my testing with. Yeah, my first account was I begin. That's always quite messy. I'm always reloading all the time as well, trying out a few different routes, a few different approaches, a few different ways to optimize things. Yeah, I took all those 3 express deliveries. Well, I took the one for Northern Observatory, one for the architect, and the one for this guy. I did the architect first, then Northern Observatory. That was late. Going to the architect before the Northern Observatory made that order take about 5 minutes 30. Then by the time I got here, I was on about 6 or 7 minutes. I mean, look at that. We came straight here almost, guys. And we're going to do it with about 30 seconds to spare. Yeah, these express orders in this game, they're very strict. The express orders in the original, they were so lenient. Not always. I mean, there were a few really tight ones, like one from Mountain Knot City to the first prepper. I remember that one was quite tight. Yeah, but it's a bit like 50-50 in the original. But in this one, every single express delivery is very tight, it looks like to me. You know, other than the pizza guy in the first, you got like an hour to do his delivery, so you could do him in like 5 minutes. But yes, handed in this order here, guys. I see you got quite a lot of likes there for him. Yeah, that's a big express order. Right, and then I'm going to deliver the lost cargo last. Just hold in 1 or 2 pieces back. Yeah, but he's pretty much almost maxed. This order we do next should max him. So yes, we're going to do that order there, guys. 339. That order 338. I think we've already done that one. Yeah, I've already done that. So 338, and of course make sure it's on casual, because this is a recovery order, a standard order. Of course, we still need to get S legend ranks. But by the time we get partway through tomorrow's video, we should have done over 10 standard orders, the delivery type, and 10 of the recovery type. So we can drop it down story and just mix it back up to casual, race it back up when we need to do a elimination order, which there are not many. So yeah, quite a bit of shared cargo there for the mechanic and whatnot. So we're making our way over to the Northern Observatory next. So what you can do if you want is drop off any cargo at him, you know, for like the architect or animal shelter perhaps for later. And yes, I'm going to entrust most of that cargo, so I'm trying to clear out all my shared cargo, so I've got too many. So I've got that main order, guys. Sorry, not main order, that standard order. That recovery order, was it 339? We're going to be doing that in a second, but first of all, yeah, let's just transfer some of these materials over to the DHV. So I've just called it over to me. Yeah, so there's a lot of resins in this locker. There is a cap, by the way, I believe, to how much you can have in your private locker. I'm not sure exactly, but yeah, there is a cap. I think it's like 17 or something in terms of how many different windows you can have. You know, you can have like materials 1, materials 2, materials 3. Yeah, I think you can have like 16 or 17 windows. Somebody else mentioned, I wasn't sure if there was a limit, but yeah, it seems there is. So it will get to a point where you want to stop hoarding materials and just wait until you got rid of some of your numbers before you go and put more in your DHV. Because what you don't want to do is run out of space and don't really have much you can get rid of other than materials. So it means you're going to have to go and drop them off in a facility somewhere, and means you have to keep going back and forth when you want to get some. So yes, what I'm going to do, because this is a recovery order, I'm just going to warp over to the Northern Observatory, because the cargo is here what we need. So there's not going to be any Magellan rank just yet, because we don't actually have the cargo. And while you're here, guys, check your shared locker on the DHV, see if there's any cargo for the Northern Observatory or animal shelter if you want to drop it off here, or the architect, for example. Anywhere, any which you think you might pass by here on the way to later, pretty much. So yes, take out a trike now. And if you did get anything for Northern Observatory, go and drop it off. You can also come in here to check if there's any orders. Yeah, we are going to be coming back past him later on, by the way, on our way to the to East Fort Knox. Yeah, we are going to be coming back past him later. So yeah, check his shared locker. Yeah, so after him we're getting this order from the nearby mule camp, going back to F2, then going to the Inventor and to West Fort Knox. So if you see any cargo for them, you can take it with you. Yeah, the path we're going to take in the next video when we go from East Fort Knox, West Fort Knox, when we take that main order. You remember the next main order is from West Fort Knox, F1. And we have to take that all the way to the other side of the map, pretty much, to East Fort Knox. Yeah, so from there, the preppers we're going to go past on the way will be Rainbow Valley, Rainey's Shelter, Northern Observatory, Architect, Hartman, Data Scientist. Yes, I'm trying to have to think now. Then from Data Scientist we go straight to East Fort Knox. Yeah, and in this mill camp, guys, I'm just going to quickly grab the cargo I need and then get out and make my way back over to to F2. Yeah, to the South Depot. Yeah, you can knock out some enemies if you want to for a few more combat points, you know. But I just want to get this order done. I guess I'd knock out one or two. I think I just wanted to shoot him from behind. Yes, there's 2 pieces of cargo. You got one in this locker. What could have been a good idea, by the way, if you bought smoke grenades, because lobbing a smoke grenade at your feet when you hack a meal box can be a good idea, because enemies can't see you while you're doing it. You know, and then to lob a decoy as well can be quite helpful. So yes, you can check if there's any cargo in there for anywhere you're going to next. But yeah, make sure you grab the cargo for the order, guys, of course. That's one. You only need one, but we're going to grab them both. Yes, and then there's the second one over there. I think you only need one of them. Yeah, I came through that tent. There's normally a guy stood in the corner like so, that I like to run over his feet and knock him out. Yes, there's the second piece of cargo. Remember, we are trying to get S Legends anyway, so we need to make sure we get all the cargo anyway. And of course, make sure we're on casual difficulty. I think I've had it on casual now for like a good few videos. I've got sick a little bit of keep changing it back and forth, so I just left it on story. Sorry, left it on casual, sorry. Yeah, so take them as well. Of course, again, check if there's any cargo for where you're going to next. Like I say, next up in this video will be F2, Inventor, F1. Yes, F2, Inventor, and F1. Yeah, that's where we're going to be going in this video. So once you've got your cargo, guys, hop on your bike and let's make our way to the Northern Observatory. On the way there, keep an eye out for any other cargo you might find along the way. Yeah, so I'll just remind you guys where we're going to in the next video or two again, as we complete that next main order. Yeah, it's quite a long one. Like I say, you have to go all the way from F1 over to East Fort Knott, which is almost at the other side of the map. We've got all the roads built, so it's not too bad of a journey actually. Yeah, we craft one or two roads on the way there as well. Yeah, so next video or so after this one, where we do the next main order, we're going to go from F1. We'll take the main order from F1. Then as we make our way, yeah, because with this main order, you can't transport it in the Magellan either. The game makes you take it on foot or in a vehicle. Yeah, you cannot use Magellan. It will not allow you to warp the cargo. Yeah, so we go from F1. We go past Rainbow Valley, past Rainy Shelter. Of course, they're nearby. If you go by one, you go by the other. Then from there, we build the two roads. We don't go to Animal Shelter, but we're nearby because we're building them roads. I don't go there, but I'm just letting you know we are nearby if you want to drop anything off. Yeah, so Rainy Shelter, Rainbow Valley, optional, Animal Shelter, build the two roads. Then we go down to Northern Observatory. From there, we go up the hill to the Architect. From the Architect, we go down and then up again to Hartman. From Hartman, we go straight over to the Data Scientist. And then from Data Scientist, guys, we go straight over to East Fort Knott. Yep, that's how we're going to get to the next, well, we're going to take this next main order. That's how we deliver it. That's a route we take.
There don't seem to be any problems with this cargo.
Yeah, so I didn't even get an S rank, because I think my cargo took too much damage. Never mind. I think I have done over 10 anyway. 10 recovery missions with an S Legends. And he's at max rank now. That's F2 done. He needs quite a lot of likes. As you see, he needs like 10,000.
Order completed. Well done.
Yeah, so you can check if he's got any orders. I've already done that recovery. I'm not doing it again. Right, so any cargo for the Inventor, West Fort Knott, and if you want to, if there's any cargo for them preppers before West Fort Knott, you know, like Lone Commander, Government Base, is it Western Observatory? Is that the one? And the music guy. Yes, any for them. You can also send them to West Fort Knott if you want to. And then they're kind of nearby to pick up later. But I'll leave that up to you. But I am trying to get rid of all the shared cargo in my private locker, which I've put in there. And I'm just going to leave shared cargo in the shared lockers from now on, unless I want to take it and deliver it, kind of like within the next video or so. Yes, if you've got any orders for F1, you can send them now. Yes, I'm using the monorail, guys. I'm going to load cargo. So I've got some shared cargo there for the Inventor and for West Fort Knott. I'm going to send that on the monorail. Yes, and any cargo for the Inventor, you can send it to the mine north of West Fort Knott. You don't want to send it all. I mean, you do want to have some on your back, because you'll see what we're going to do in a second. We're going to drop off at the Inventor, so you want to make sure you've got a little bit on your back, just because it will save your trip. And we'll craft a coffin board at the Inventor as well, because it allows us to get across the Tar Lake a lot quicker. Yeah, so try to keep some cargo for the Inventor, lob them on your back. If you've got a full load, that's great. And like I say, any cargo for West Fort Knott, send it to West Fort Knott. And if you do run out of space on your back for Inventor cargo, then send the rest over to the mine north of West Fort Knott, off F1. Yeah, try not to get these mixed up, guys. Any cargo for the Inventor, send it to the nearest point, which is the mine north of F1. And of course, any cargo for F1, send it all the way to F1. When you select where you want the monorail to go, when you first choose to use the monorail, make sure you choose West Fort Knott, because then you'll be able to choose them both. If you choose mine north of F1, then the West Fort Knott will not appear on the loading cargo menu. You need to choose the furthest one, and then you can choose any kind of location along the way which will pass by. Yeah, so I fast forwarded a little bit, guys. I used the monorail, and all I did was I got off above the Inventor. You can hold X to land, guys, you won't take any fall damage. But what I messed up is I sent too much cargo to the Inventor on previous videos, so I didn't really have much to drop off right now. Yeah, but he dropped down here, deliver any cargo you got for him. Like I say, hopefully you got more than me. I sent too much in earlier videos. Yeah, I always like to, well, I intended to keep one load to keep with me, so when I drop off that monorail, I've already got a load to deliver it. Because of that, I had to do another trip. So you're going to take out a PCC level 1 just in case you need it. And of course you also want to craft a coffin. Yes, and see these orders? Yes, you can take every one, I believe. Yeah, they can be really easy to do, these orders are. But ones we're going to do first, yeah, don't take them all straight away, because you're not going to have enough space. You won't have enough space for all 3 orders at once. Yeah, so just take 1 or 2 of the orders first, and then we're going to take the other order a little bit later, because we're going to have to make a few trips. But because 2 of them orders were for West Fort Knott and 1 was for F2, and because we've got the monorail nearby, we can easily use them to deliver the cargo for us, ready to hand in later. So yes, take one or 2 of them orders, get on your coffin boards, that's it, and come over here. Yeah, so I took the smaller order and the recovery one. I've left the big order for later. Yeah, if you take the smaller order, you should be able to grab all this cargo for yeah, for F2. Yeah, for the recovery order. Be very careful of the coffin board, guys, it's quite easy to fall off. What you'll find, if you turn too sharp with a lot of weight on your back, you can fall off and damage all your cargo. If you see that happening, you need to hold L2 and R2 to obviously balance yourself out, but you have to be quick, because if you're not quick enough you will fall off. You can also try to turn into it if that starts to happen, to try to regain your balance. But yeah, just be very careful if you turn sharply, guys, when you've got a lot of cargo on your back on coffin boards. Yeah, so once you've got them recovery orders, make your way down into the mine. So we're going to have a lot of orders here for the Inventor, hopefully. We've been sending a lot of cargo here, you know, during the course of the game. And there's plenty of materials being crafted for me as well. Loads of special alloys. Yeah, so all this we can actually put it in the monorail. So we're placing the private locker for now, before we decide what we're going to do with it. Yes, and they can take all the materials out of the share locker. I don't know why so many floating carriers. But the reason I was going to take everything out is because I was going to send it over to West Fort Knott and then recycle it. Just get a few more materials, but you don't have to do that. Of course, it just clutters your inventory a little bit. But yeah, if you're taking out all these just random items, you can recycle and remember to get even more materials. But yes, I am going to take out just the basic materials, of course. I'm going to use the monorail. So first I'm just going to send the monorail to F2, and I want to send that recovery order only, and only share cargo. So first send it to F2 and only send the recovery order if you took that one with you. Yeah, you do not want to send it to F1 yet. Of course, unless of course you don't mind waiting, guys. You can always remember rest and then sleep on the spot by holding square, and that will make the monorail pass by quicker. Yeah, but the idea is to send the F2 order to F2 after grabbing all the cargo, and then send the F1 orders to F1. But I want to try to send it all at the same time. So that's a small order for F1, the 20 kilo one. Yeah, so see all this cargo I've got for the Inventor. I've got too much. Too much that I think I had to make 2 or 3 trips. Whereas if I made sure I held back a bit to lob in my backpack when I dropped off monorail, I would have saved a trip. Yeah, so I'm going to take as much as I can. Yeah, of course, put all the materials from the share locker inside the private locker for later. Right, so back over to the Inventor. Yeah, so you know what path we're taking, guys, so I'm going to speed this up a bit now. So yeah, just back over to the Inventor. Yeah, I do this like 2 or 3 times. That's it, back here. Like I say, be very careful when you turn it sharply with a lot of weight on your back. Right, deliver all this. You can hold 1 or 2 pieces back if you want, just in case you get locked at a certain amount of stars. Yes, we get him almost to max here, but we are going to max the Inventor in the next video, because F1 is also going to have an order for him. So start next video is going to kind of begin with going to the Inventor, then over to F2 quickly to hand in that order, and then go back to F1 and take the main order and crack on making our way to deliver that. Yes, so now I can take the other order he had. Yeah, so I'm going to take the other order he's got for F1, that bigger order. Yeah, you can check the shared locker, of course, as well. Yeah, so take on orders. Yeah, I'm going to entrust it. Yeah, take out all the Kyle crystals. Yeah, so that order there, guys, 349. I'm going to take that one next. Yes, that's 80 kilos. That's 4 extra large. That's going to take up most of your space. You took that one to begin with. If you did take it by mistake, you know, at the start, you can always just leave it in the private locker and get it later. It's not like an express delivery. So there's no time limit. Well, it's fragile, so be careful when you take it back. Yeah, so again, I've just speeded up the gameplay a little bit, guys. So I'm just going back and forth at this point. Right, so now back on here. Yeah, we can send all this on the monorail, but we're going to wait until we use it later. Yeah, so just put it all in the private locker for now. Yeah, we're actually going to ride the monorail to F1 when we send it. So do not send it until you're ready and you've done everything. Yeah, again, you can check the share lock if you want to. Yep, so take out the cargo for the Inventor. I've still not got enough space. Yeah, I'm going to have to make a 3rd trip. Like I say, all because I did not take any with me in the first place. I sent too much over here. I think it's because I thought I was going to have more just before he came back here. But yes, of course, I didn't really have any other. I sent all my cargo over to my north of F1. And I just didn't find much afterwards, which is why I didn't really have much to bring with me on the first time. So yeah, it's going to have to make another trip. So again, just got all the cargo, guys, for the Inventor. We're back on the coffin boards, and again, we're going to skip the gameplay slightly. Yes, there we go. Yeah, it's just a ramp here. I did try using the ramp, somehow completely missed it. Coffin board is a bit better on ramps than the bike because it lets you do like an extreme jump. Right, so I'm just going to drop all that down. I'm not going to open the terminals. Open the terminal literally gets you stuck for a few minutes because you just happen to like, oh, right, I'm just at a terminal. Let's just check the share locker. Let's just check this quickly. Before you know it, a few minutes have passed. So I'm just going to drop that cargo, come down and get the last few bits. Yeah, for the Inventor. So back here again quickly, grab the cargo for the Inventor. Yeah. Just like 2 more. I didn't have enough space for that. Right, that's it. That should be our last trip for now. Yes, again, just going to quickly speed up the gameplay, guys. Back to the Inventor. Be honest, I could have delivered this when we come back to him later in the next video. Yeah, I'm trying to hit the ramp. There we go, finally. Right, let's deliver all this. I think I was hoping this was going to get him up to max rank. But I didn't quite, because on my other accounts, I did get him up to max rank at this point. But maybe I just happened to have a little bit more lost cargo. Like I say, it's all good because F1 will have an order for him. Which of course, any orders which are anywhere where there's a monorail connected are very, very easy to do, guys. Yeah, I mean, he's not even in his final start.
Well done.
So this is going to be our last trip, guys, for now, and we're going to go over to F1. But like I say, we're going to come back near the start of the next video. We're just going to quickly do an order for the Inventor. We're going to do that order we sent to F2. That bonus stun gun is quite good, by the way, for stealth missions. It almost instantly knocks out any enemy, providing they're within range. Yeah, it's quite a good weapon, actually. Right, so I think that's it. A quick look in the shared cargo. Yeah, sometimes with the shared locker, you look in there, there'll be like 2 pieces of lost cargo. You'll leave the terminal, open it straight back up, and there'll be a few new pieces in there. Yeah, sometimes that happens. So sometimes you will see me open it back up and going back in, you know, when I've just done it. Yeah, like I say, sometimes you will see a new piece of cargo almost straight after. Not always, but sometimes it happens. Yeah, so along the way, I'm just going to grab some ceramics. Why not? Yeah, because I've got to go back to mine off F1. And rather than go back there empty-handed, let's take some materials with us. Right, so back on the coffin ball, guys. Again, I'm going to speed up the gameplay. So now what we're going to do is going to send all that cargo over to F1 via the monorail. And we're also going to hitch a ride on the monorail as well. Yeah, so back down here, of course, to speed up the gameplay again. Yes, now put all this cargo on the monorail to F1. All the materials as well which you took out. And of course anything else which you might want. Yeah, so use the monorail. Yeah, I don't think you have to place things in the private locker first. I think you can put it in the monorail even if it's not actually in the private locker and it's just been mined. So yes, send all this in the cargo for the monorail, guys, to F1. Yeah, all this. Do not forget anything. Yeah, especially them fluffy pyjamas. Do not forget them fluffy pyjamas. No, that's just a random piece of lost cargo. Right, and get on, and we'll hitch a ride. Yes, I'm going to speed up this gameplay. Take you about 3 or 4 minutes. That's it. We're going to have a lot of orders to complete now. Because remember, we've been sending a few orders every now and then over to F1, you know, throughout the story up to this point. Yeah, so that's the next main order, guys. Order number 30. And look at all them standard orders available. So yes, 297 and 299, we're actually going to do them at the start of the next video. And then we're going to do the main order. Yeah, we're going to quickly do them too. And then crack on the main order. It will allow us to get Inventor up to max rank. And honestly, I just wanted to get all orders out of the way as well, which are currently in progress, so I can change it to story difficulty again. So yeah, there's a lot of cargo in the private log. I probably should have left all this in here. Yeah, but I just ended up entrusting it all. Remember, next we're going back to Inventor, then to F2, then we're going to, once you take the main order number 30, we're going to Rainbow Valley, Rainy Shelter. You're going to do the 2 roads. You're going to go to Northern Observatory, Architect, Hotman, Data Scientist, and then to Eastfoot Knot. Yeah, that's where we're going to go past on the way to the next order, where we have to deliver the cargo to. Yeah, look at all these orders for F1. But I'm just sorting out all this shared cargo first. Quite a lot in there. Yeah, see, most of that I can deliver it in the next video. Right, look at all this. So I'm going to hold it a few back. F1 does need a lot of likes, similar to F2. So you're probably not going to get her to max rank at this point, but it's going to be close. We should get her to the final start at least, which will unlock the level 2 battery. Yes, there we go. Yes, that's nice. Now our vehicles will last a little bit longer. That basically doubles your battery size, I think it is. That shows enemy health, that's really good. Enemy vitals, yeah, shows enemy health. Yes, and just got a trophy there as well. Compulsive cargo carrier. I think that's for delivering like 500 pieces of cargo over the course of the game.
Well done.
Right, so let's just deliver them final piece of cargo which I held back. Yeah, I think she needs a similar amount of likes to F2, probably a little bit more. Right, but that'll be it for that video, guys.
Well done.
So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in part 24 tomorrow.